Have you ever woken up to find your cat left something strange on the floor for you? Maybe a toy, a sock, or something they caught outside. At first, it feels obvious. Yes, it's your cat bringing you a little gift. But behind that, there's something deeper that most people miss. Most owners laugh it off or feel a little grossed out. But what your cat is actually trying to communicate in that moment might completely change how you see your relationship with them. And by the way, if your cat suddenly stops bringing you these gifts after doing it for years, don't brush it off. We'll get into what that really means at the end, and it's something most owners wish they'd understood sooner. Point 1. Your cat isn't just giving you a gift, they're sharing their success. Most people assume the behavior is random. A cat catches something, then drops it near you. End of story. But here's the thing. In the wild, cats don't hunt only for themselves. Mother cats bring prey back to their kittens, sometimes dead, sometimes alive. Why? To teach them how to survive. And here's where it gets interesting. When your cat brings you something, a toy mouse, a sock, even a bug, they may actually be treating you like family. Like a kitten who still needs help learning. Look around your house. Your cat could keep that toy anywhere. Under the couch, next to their bed, near their food bowl. But instead, they bring it to you, right where you'll see it. Why? Because to them, this isn't random. It's a moment of pride, a quiet message that says, "Look what I caught. I brought it for you." Point 2. Your cat may actually think you're a terrible hunter. It sounds funny, but many behaviorists believe this is part of what's happening. Most people assume their cat is showing off. But here's the thing. Cats are observers. They watch everything you do. They see you open food containers, heat meals in the microwave, order takeout. But they never see you hunt, never stalk, never pounce. To a cat, that's suspicious. Because in their world, survival depends on hunting skill. So when they drop that toy or bug at your feet, they might not be bragging. They might be helping. Almost like they're saying, "You seem nice, but you clearly don't know how to hunt." And in that moment, your cat may be trying to fill the role of teacher, patiently, proudly, helping their very strange, hairless companion survive. And hey, if this makes sense to you, smash that like button and subscribe. It's the best way to help us reach more cat people who actually care about understanding their cats on a deeper level. Point 3. This behavior is actually a huge sign of trust. Most people assume cats bring gifts because they're playful. But here's what most people don't realize. Hunting is one of the most vulnerable moments for a cat. It requires focus, energy, instinct. And after they catch something, they don't just leave it anywhere. In the wild, animals protect their catches from thieves, other predators, other cats. So when your cat carries something across the house, past empty rooms, past quiet corners, and brings it straight to you, they're choosing the place they feel safest. You, your presence, your space. In their mind, this is where their success belongs. Not because you're the owner, but because you're part of their territory, part of their safe world. Point 4. The type of gift your cat brings actually reveals something important. Let's break it down. First, toys. If your cat brings toy mice, balls, or strings, this is practice, play hunting behavior. They're exercising their instincts while including you in the moment. Second, household objects. Socks, hair ties, random fabric. These objects often carry your scent, which means your cat may be combining two powerful signals, hunting instinct and bonding. And then there's the third type, real prey. Bugs, small animals, outdoor catches. This is the strongest version of the message, because in the wild, sharing prey is something animals usually do with close family, which means when your cat leaves something like that for you, they're not being gross, they're including you in their inner circle. Point 5. Researchers believe this behavior is tied to your cat's deepest instincts. Studies of domestic cats show that even well-fed indoor cats maintain strong hunting drives. Food isn't the only motivation. The behavior itself is rewarding. The stalking, the chase, the capture. And here's where it gets deeper. When cats bring those items back to their humans, researchers believe the behavior overlaps with social bonding patterns seen between mother cats and kittens, which means your cat isn't just acting on instinct. They're combining instinct with relationship, blending hunting with connection. And that tiny toy mouse they drop beside you, it might actually be a surprisingly heartfelt gesture. Point 6. Sometimes your cat brings gifts when they sense your emotions. Ever had a rough day and noticed your cat suddenly acting extra attentive? Maybe they follow you around, sit closer than usual, or bring you one of their toys. Most people assume it's coincidence, but here's the thing. Cats are incredibly good at reading human emotional cues, your voice tone, your body language, your energy, and when something feels off, they sometimes respond the only way they know how, by offering something, a toy, a catch, a small victory from their world. Not because they understand human sadness the way we do, but because they sense the shift, and they respond with the tools they have, their instincts, their presence, their strange little version of comfort. Point 7. When your cat suddenly stops bringing gifts, listen closely. Remember earlier when we mentioned this? If your cat used to bring you toys, or little catches, and suddenly stops, don't ignore it. Sometimes the reason is physical, dental pain, joint stiffness, illness. Hunting and carrying objects require strength and comfort, and when something hurts, those behaviors often disappear first. But sometimes the reason is environmental. New pets in the home, major routine changes, stressful environments. Cats are creatures of habit, and when their sense of safety changes, their behaviors shift too. And then there's the emotional side. If a cat no longer feels safe sharing their space, they may stop sharing their victories. So if that behavior disappears, pay attention. Not with frustration, but with curiosity. Because sometimes helping your cat simply means helping them feel safe enough to bring their little gifts home again. Because when your cat brings you a gift, it was never small to them, and it shouldn't be small to you either.